All right, dude. Dribble and drive. We're back. Uh, May 15th, Thursday. What do we got here? The Wolves just closed out the Warriors last night, and the Celtics 3-2. Pacers closed out the series, and we got one series left in the West. So it's all coming together here.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, pretty interesting games. Cavs Pacers series was, you know, you know how that went. It could have been better. It absolutely could have been better, especially if the Pacers were healthy. I mean, the Cavs were healthy. You know, there's no telling which way that series goes if Mobley or Garland are healthy for games one and two.
100%. And like, what we say? I sent you that stat. Like Cleveland's 0 and 5 against the Pacers at home this season. Like they didn't get a single
Hmm.
win at home against the Pacers, which is like that was a team that was 36 and 5. They lost 5 games all season on home court.
One of the better net ratings of all time. I believe it was at least like 20 top 25.
Yeah, and like I don't know, man.
The Cavs.
Did you see what Struess texted?
I did. I did. Honestly, though, I'm gonna be real. I can't blame it on Max Strus. I cannot blame much of this Cavs thing on Max Strus. I get it's not like a great look. It's a bad look. But at the same time, he did have a horrible, horrible game five. But all series, he was kind of good, especially that game they won. He's really good. He's a big piece of that. Um, and he's not a guy who's expected. You have three All-Stars on that roster, and Max Strus is not one of them. He should not be held to the same standard. He should get, he should, if he was on the Celtics, he would even be a starter. That's that's kind of the thing. Cavs fans cannot be scapegoating him. I've seen them do it. I've seen the media scrutinize him. I'm not with it.
No. I mean, like,
And we're Celtics fans. I'm not a Max Strus guy,
yeah, it's funny to make fun of him because of the text and everything, but like, I don't know, what kind of attitude do you want the guy to have? You know what I mean? So,
right? It's like that was what they needed.
yeah,
You know, it's so weird. This Cavs thing is so weird. Darius Garland, right? I don't like his attitude. I mean, the fact that he missed a few games, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how that works. But the fact that he missed a few games kind of hinted a little bit of softness. Um, when he was talking smack about Tyler Hero. It's like, really, dude, you're talking smack about Tyler Hero? Like, that's kind of off-putting.
yeah. And
And
like,
then his body language when he picks up these early game fouls and he's just laughing. He's laughing it off like he didn't just cost his team.
he's been kind of a weakness defensively too. They've just been attacking him, his size. Him and Mitchell both, honestly, just their small backcourt. Um,
And that's something I've been saying all year. The combination of that and the fact that they don't have experience, that they haven't been through this. So I think there was a letdown coming playoff time. So I'm not surprised. And I pointed at that backcourt defense as a weak link all year. You look at the Celtics, obviously they've fallen apart, but they won a championship last year. They can guard one through five. Everybody can switch. Everybody can defend anybody. That's not what the Cavs had. In fact, they had two weak links. Donovan Mitchell, credit to him. I mean, hell of an offensive player, one of a top 10 player in the league.
Showed up.
But he showed up, yeah. And he's not a good defender. So you have those two defenders in that backcourt. That's a weak link of your team. No questions about it.
Yeah. And then say even like that's why they brought in DeAndre Hunter, guys like that, because I mean if they're playing Strus at small forward, that's another small guy. Like they're small across
Right.
the board. Sam Merrill's small. Ty Jerome, I mean, he's got some height, but he's not that strong. You know what I mean? I feel like
Right. And
feel like
Mo
against a big physical backcourt, not Indiana's especially, but like if they go against like a New York, like I'd be a little bit worried. Um, I mean that's not gonna be the case, but you know what I mean. That's where I would have been worried. But I mean, you could see these guys are doing Halliburton's doing it to him. Neesmith, these guys just they're getting anything they want right now. Miles Turner, like I mean, I feel like we got to talk more about the Pacers than the Cavs let down, honestly, because the Pacers, people talked about them at the beginning of the season being like, hey, like this team's good. You know what I mean? They were in the conference finals last year. They're going to grow from it. Then they had that like slow start Halliburton, that Olympics with the summer, you're just kind of like, okay, this doesn't look the best right now. But then second half of the year, they've been a buzzsaw offensively. Like that team can shoot with any team in the league. It's just their defense and like Siakam and Turner down low, I think can be enough. And then like Siakam's won a championship. Like I think Miles Turner, he's on the block every year. I mean, he's awesome, man. He's raining in threes in the playoffs, second year in a row. So we know this isn't an accident now.
right? He's a lot like Kristaps Porzingis without that ceiling. I think Porzingis is a better player at his best, but Miles Turner is a lot more consistent. He's healthy all the time, and he gives you what Porzingis gives you, kind of in a limited aspect. He's not going to be shooting like Porzingis, scoring like Porzingis when he's healthy. However, and he's not 7'3". However, he's always on the floor. He's always reliable. He's always consistent. He gives you, if Porzingis is an all-star level player when he's healthy, he's basically that, just a little bit worse.
Yeah, I would say like maybe
But
not
like I said,
athletic.
you don't think Miles Turner is probably more athletic, right?
I mean, I just say because of recency bias, like you'd say no, but I think
True.
Porzingis was like they call him the unicorn. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah, no,
He's
that's the
supposed to be
thing. He
that
could,
athletic freak.
right,
I mean, they're
at
both
7'3".
yeah, but they're both athletic. Like you know what I mean?
100%. They're both beasts. Um, but yeah, this Cavs thing. I mean, this Cavs Pacers thing. Ha My thing about the Pacers, they're a great team. I love them. I've been rooting for them. I've been saying they can go a little far at this point. I just I don't know if they're a finals team. I don't know if they're a championship team. Just because of their lack of a Halliburton's been great. But it's how late in a fourth quarter of a playoff game when you're going up against a team better than the Cavs. The Cavs were a fraudulent team, as we've seen, who ran into injuries as well. So that only hurt. If they go up against Jalen Brunson and the Knicks, if they go up against, say, Jalen Brown and the Celtics, are they going to be able to pull out fourth quarter games?
I I would argue yes. Just because like last year, like they beat the Knicks, like they did it against the Knicks, and this is a different Knicks team this year, so we'll see. Um, that's what it should be. We'll see if we're back here for Game 7, with Celtics next. But I mean, I think like they every game in that Celtics series last year was close. Like it took like a Jaylen Brown game-winning three, you know. And there were all those games were close down the wire. Drew Holiday steal for the win. Like Pacers could have won on the last shot. So I think they grow from that and win one or two games this year. I don't know. Is my am I lagging?
I couldn't really hear you, but what's it called? Like it went out for a minute. It low-key did, but as long as you're getting it, we should be good.
Okay. No, my
Clip wise,
all right, yeah, we'll be good.
yeah, no, we'll be good. But yeah, I, like it's you can't say they can't. I can't say they can't. But I am skeptical. Like I feel like I'd rather have Brunson in a fourth quarter.
Yeah. Like
You know what I'm saying?
Halliburton or Brunson. You're going Brunson. Yeah. Like need a buck.
Exactly. And I'm the biggest Halliburton fan in the world, but I'm realistic about it. He's not a guy who's gonna score you to a championship. If you add a guy to this team, a number one scorer, this team is the best team in the league. But they're right there. They're right there,
Yeah.
but I think they need a move. I think they need a move to get a championship. Whether it's Kevin Durant, whether it's Devin Booker, whatever it is. And it's tough to depart from some of these role players, from Neesmith, from Nemhard, Siakam, Turner. Like,
Yeah.
how are you going to move on from these guys?
I know they have a lot of
It's
these guys
tough.
like really good money too. So
Very good. So it's tough. And what they've done these past 2 years is special. But if you want a championship, which is what I think we play NBA basketball for, I think you got to make a move,
I mean, that's the state of Indiana. They love basketball, man. They eat, sleep, and breathe it. So,
right?
I mean, I hate playing at Indiana. Even as Celtics fans, like every time we will go to Indiana, I feel like some crazy stuff happens, and it's like I don't know. I'm just not ready for it. Between like Victor Oladipo, he torched the Celtics back in the day, and then Halliburton, he's had his fair share. So I feel like,
Dude, Bogdanovich. Anything about this Pacers Cavs series? Another thing I'll say is that the Cavs, they don't pass the basketball. They were like at the bottom of the league with passes per game and total passes. And it kind of showed like whenever they need a bucket, they go to Garland or they go to Mitchell and they're like, make something happen. Um,
yo,
not the best formula.
yo, I just saw, we might have to pause this after this meeting. Mency's going live with the 2025 roster preview at 7:30, so I might want to
Okay.
listen to that.
All
So
right, bet. Yeah. Dude, we can just like finish this up, honestly, probably in 20,
yeah, no, because we only have like two more series, like
right? Yeah.
because
Dude, because half the series are over.
all right, so Celtics Knicks, what'd you think of the other night?
Okay. Um, I mean, first I'll start. KP in the first quarter. Here's what he did. He looked the wrong way on a holiday pass. Turnover Boston. Turned it over in the post, guarded by 6 foot tall Jalen Brunson. He got easily finished over in the paint by Josh Hart. He missed a layup over a guy 7 inches shorter than him in OG Anunoby. He stood around and let the Knicks just get offensive rebounds. There he went. 0 for 3 in that first quarter. Then he came back out, missed his first free throw. I mean, here's what I'll say. I also want to be clear about this. I got to chill on him. He brought us a championship and he's dealing with something that he clearly can't control. And his injury stuff was part of the deal when we signed him. I mean, we knew what we were getting. We were lucky we got what we did out of him last year with the championship. And even then, he only played 57 games on a minutes restriction and missed half the playoffs. So I can't blame this on him. We we got a championship, you know?
Yeah, there's clearly something not not right there.
Like a viral illness or something. I don't know if
Yeah,
he's got an
they're
STD. I
not
don't.
telling us something. Which I don't know why. Like, just come out, say something, give him a break, because then people would get off him a little bit. Where if you keep this like, it's like this like unknown like benign thing, people like people
They're gonna
just
be
always
upset about it.
because there's always something wrong with him, so people are just gonna like assume things. So I mean, dude, in that game the other night, they threw the ball to him in the post like out. He was in that first half, he played way more than the second half, and
Thank God.
I was on the side he was playing offense on, and man, there was one time he had like Josh Hart posted up on him. They threw it to him. He couldn't even back Josh Hart down. And then he goes up and puts up this shot, and I think he got blocked by like someone helping. And it was like, how can't our 7'2" guy, 7 footer, like that should just be a quick turnaround, like easy. Like, and we've seen him do it before. That's the thing. Like, we saw him do it all regular season last year. Like, they would throw the ball to him in the post, and he'd go banging, and then he'd fade away, and he have the touch, and he put it in, like, and he just was on fire. Where like he doesn't look like Kristaps Porzingis. Like
No,
that is not the guy. So
there's
really,
something wrong. We can't like just blame it on him because we don't know. What do you think? Why do you think they're hiding it? Is it to, keep his trade value? Is it to protect him? What do you think's going on?
yeah, it could be as simple as that. Kristaps doesn't want anyone to know. It could be like a really something that like I don't know. You know what I mean? He could have some sort of viral illness. It could have pneumonia for all we know. You know what I mean? Like you don't know. So uh like they're saying he has struggled breathing the other night. Maybe he has pneumonia. I don't know. Like I can't even say it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, dude. We don't know. I don't
Uh,
know. I don't know.
do you
It's a
think like he's been so bad, dude? Like with how good Cornette was last game, I'm good with just sit him down, bro. Maybe bring him in for off the bench, have him come in, jack up a three or two, see if he gets hot. If not, you know what I mean? Like, get him out of
I
there.
completely agree. Like just keep him out. Why put him in there? It's only hurting us. It's only hurting him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal. And like you said, he played a lot more in the first half. It was an even first half, tied at halftime. But then the third quarter, when Luke Cornett stepped in there, man, the Celtics outscored the Knicks by 15, 32 to 17 in that quarter. They shot 8 for 18 in the third quarter. The Knicks shot 4 for 20. Brunson, 1 for 4 in the quarter. Cat was 0 for 3. Luke Cornett went 2 for 2, had 5 rebounds, and had 5 blocks in the third quarter alone. 5 blocks,
And Tibbs took some big risks in that game. Like there was a time Brunson had like 4 fouls in the third quarter, same as Towns, and he took a gamble on leaving both of them in, and they both picked up their fifth fouls. And with
right?
like over 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and you were like we just shot ourselves in the foot. We didn't even give ourselves a chance to come back. So
Right?
like, yeah, I don't know what Tibbs was doing in that sense,
And
but
it's crazy because in games one and two, you were down 20 in the second half and you still came back. You were only down like 10, 15 against the Celtics team without Jason Tatum.
and dude, that's the thing. Like they've gone down 20 every single game, the Knicks. So that's the one thing in the back of my mind that is like, all right, like if the Celtics like they've been up in every single game by 20 points at one point, like shouldn't they win this series? Like if that's the case, like just not thinking about results, alone, but like if you have 20-point lead in every single game, you'd think you should probably sweep the series, right? So, I mean, I think I would be real scared if I were a Knicks fan and it was coming back to Boston. Because Jaylen Brown the other night played one of his best games as a Celtic I've seen in a long time. He didn't force shots, which he normally does. He got to the mid range, which is like when he gets off on the mid range, he starts dropping them, man. You know that. Like
Right.
that whole 2022 finals run, he was awesome in the mid range. So he's distributing. He had 12 assists. Like, when was the last time you seen Jaylen Brown? Like, you see him go up for the layup with the one hand and then dish it off with the other and mid hand, like shifted in the middle of the air and passed it. Like, I don't know. That's something, Michael Jordan did in the 90s. They're showing it. They're like, guys can't do it. Like, guys do this every single night now. You know what I mean? These guys are that good. So,
Right. Who threw Mike Conley threw a beautiful pass at one point this season. And there was an Instagram reel. It was like, if this guy did this in the 90s, I mean, if Michael Jordan did this, it'd be like, this is something no other human can do. Nowadays, Mike Conley's doing it and you don't hear about it.
yeah, it would be the trademark Michael Jordan play. You know what I mean? It's like,
What I'm saying.
so.
Some good LeBron propaganda.
Yeah, yeah.
Not gonna lie. But yeah,
But
dude,
this,
Jalen, phenomenal last night.
yeah, they got White, another great game from Derek White. He's an untouchable. That guy's like got to be the best, one of the best money deals in the league. Like defense and offense. What do you have, like 27?
34, 9 for
34.
16 from the field, 7 for 13 from the three, 9 for 11 from free throw.
Like he came to play, ready, hit a few big shots right out of the gate.
He brought that Celtic pride. He was not going out sad. And the Knicks didn't pay as much of attention to him without Jason Tatum on the floor. It's like this is, that second option on the Celtics now.
Yo, dude, I saw that post you made about the refs. It was brutal.
About
Like,
Brunson.
dude, you could see it even more in person that there was that. Remember the layup one you saw? Like it was Derek White, I think, or maybe it was
Mm-hmm.
Horford. He
It
didn't
was White.
even. I was right behind the basket. He didn't even look at the rim. He didn't even attempt to shoot it, and they gave him the shooting foul. And I was just like, what?
He
Like
doesn't even play to score.
he just looks for the contact, and it's not like smart, like manipulating defenders, like where James Harden, he'll dribbled through his legs 50 times and then like hit a few step backs and then like you just can't do anything about it. Like and then you just get your arm stuck in there. Like he'll like, pull through right when you get your arm stuck. Brunson doesn't do that. He just tumbles over and falls or puts his shoulder into you and then
It's so annoying. It's
Yeah,
so annoying. And like you said, it's not like prime James Harden where he was just a master of getting to the line and taking advantage of the rules. It's not like SGA even. SGA does the head flopping and it's annoying, but Brunson's at a whole nother level where he's not taking advantage of the rules. He is abusing the rules. He is abusing the refs.
yeah, and it's like
He's
people want to
flopping everywhere.
Knicks fans want to complain that the refs last night lost them that game. Keep telling
Shut up.
yourselves that.
Shut up.
Keep telling yourselves that. Because, like, the game comes down to whether OG or Mikal Bridges can put up 30 points combined. Like, I feel like you're going to get 25 from Towns. You're going to get 25 from Brunson at least. Like, if you get a big night from that third guy, that's what they need to win. And they didn't get it the other night. They got it in those other games. So, I
I
don't know.
couldn't agree more. You need another guy. You know what Anunoby and Bridges are going to give you defensively, but offensively, next to Brunson and Towns, you need another guy who can go create or at least knock down his shots. OG Anunoby last night, 1 for 12. OG Anunoby in this series, besides games 1 and 4, 4 for 27 from the field.
Yeah. Like, they need more from those guys.
A lot more. And they're
Yeah.
not getting it. What
I'm
else
gonna,
about this? I was just gonna say, the epitome of this game and of Celtics pride is when Jaylen Brown threw that reverse alley-oop to Cornette and the camera panned to Jaylen with blood dripping out of his mouth. That was hard. That was hard, and that was a Jaylen Brown moment,
yeah. Dude, they were Knicks fans. They all left right after that happened. They,
right?
they saw Cornette throw that reverse oop down. They were like, I've had enough.
That's Celtic pride, baby. And I know we got to move on, but one more thing. For once, it looked like an actual basketball offense. And this is not against Tatum, but it wasn't just ISO ball and three
Yes.
hunting. They were moving the ball, manufacturing open looks, guys cutting. They would fake a hazard three and have Cornette roll and catch and dunk.
You see
Beautiful basketball.
Pritchard just running routes like in between guys, just like,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful basketball, ball movement.
And
Obviously the Celt
it's not
obvious
even like they're drawing them up. They're just moving around and they're finding guys. And like Cornette last
exactly.
night, he had every one of his baskets was like an open dunk right down below, you know?
It's just perfectly executed ball movement. It's the offense was flowing. And obviously the Celtics aren't better without Tatum. But the offense does flow better and there's a lot less ball stopping. The ball moves more. It's similar to how those 2018 Celtics without Kyrie were kind of better. They weren't better. They did
Yeah, where
lose their championship ceiling, but there are
Tatum was
benefits.
yeah, Tatum wasn't as ball dominant. So,
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, anything else about this game?
nah, I'm ready to head over to the West there.
Bet. Yeah. Warriors Wolves?
Yeah, we can you want to make this one quick? Because this
Yeah,
is
definitely.
yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
definitely can't put too much into it because Steph wasn't there. I mean, the Warriors, that's kind of what we expect from them without Steph Curry. Uh, I'm just surprised, honestly, the Wolves didn't blow it because Wolves normally disappoint, I feel like, whenever they start to get hot and they got some steam behind them, but they took care of business. Uh, Heading the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. Ant-Man, he's next up. He's here, bro.
He is. He really is.
This is, yeah, I mean, dude, this is what we thought they would be at the beginning of the season, and then they just didn't play up to their expectation for most of the year. But I mean, the biggest difference now is Randall.
It absolutely is. And their record was ridiculous with Randall when he played in the 2025 calendar year. They had one of the best records in basketball when Randall played after the new year. Um, he's been phenomenal. I didn't pick the Timberwolves to go to the finals, but I was very high on them. It was just the simple fact that I didn't trust Randall. I couldn't put all my chips in on him as a second option on a championship team, but he's been incredible. I mean, game two, 24 and 11 on 10 of 17 shooting, 7 rebounds. Game three, 24, 10, 12 assists. Game four, 31, 11 of 21 from the field, 4 of 8 from three. Game five, 29 points, 13 of 18 shooting, 8 rebounds. I mean, his size, his scoring, his playmaking, his shooting, everything, his scoring. I mean, the dude's phenomenal.
Yeah, he's taken over. I mean, look at in the postseason here, he's averaging 5 more points a game. He's shooting, hold up. Shooting, so he's shooting better from the field overall, up 5 points. He's dishing out more assists. Like, dude's just like creating. And like, I, I mean, dude, imagine if we got a Knicks Wolves Western Conference Finals.
Finals, please. That's what I
Oh,
want.
sorry, not
That's what I
West.
want. Like I
Finals.
love the Thunder, I love the Pacers, but I want this trade ran back, this Wolves Knicks rivalry. That's going to be insane if it happens. Please.
That script would be insane. Like,
It
that
would
would
be
be
nice.
perfect.
And in MSG,
I could
the
see like
Villanova
Randall
beef,
just fighting, like getting in a fight. You know what I mean?
right? And you know who we have to give credit to? I never knew how quite to feel about him. His attitude used to piss me off, but man, Chris Finch is effective. He's won a lot of playoff games and series at this point, four now in the last two seasons. It's more than most coaches. He gets the most out of his players. He's tough on them. He demands a lot, but look
Yeah.
what he's gotten out of Ant, McDaniels, Randall.
Yeah.
Look what he's done with Gobert. He developed Naz Reid. Um, all of
Yeah.
this,
Even like the Wolves throughout these playoff runs, they have dropped like big games and lost by 20 plus. And you know what? Like credit to him, he gets them back in, practice, film session, whatever they do, make adjustments and they come out and they're competitive. They took down the Suns, Lakers. Like I don't I don't know what else to say. The
right?
Nuggets. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like the Wolves like they're built for the playoffs. Like they're not built for the regular season, but they're built for the playoffs.
Right.
Makes
You
sense.
threw out a good point last episode or two episodes ago that the Timberwolves, even when they don't shoot well, they can have these miserable shooting games. 8 for 48 from three, I believe, 8 for 38, whatever it was. They still win. They still win. Ant has miserable first halves. He's dominant in the second half. Yo, the Wolves have existed for 36 years. 31 without Ant, five with Ant. They've made one conference finals in those 36 years without Ant, two in the five with them. They've won more playoff games in those 5 years than they did in those 31 without him. He's improved everywhere since he came into the league. His three-point shooting, his mid-range, his defense, his playmaking, his finesse finishing, none of this was what it was when he came into the league as a 32.9% three-point shooter, as a rookie, averaging 2.9 assists.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's a transcendent, franchise-altering, generational talent who improves. He gets better. And like a guy like Jason Tatum, that's what greatness comes from. You get
Yeah.
better,
Like I would right now much rather have Anthony Edwards than Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, I'd say.
right?
Easily. Just because like you look at Ant's 23. What's Shea? Like 25? 26? Like,
26, I think. Like
dude, Ant like 2 or 3 years. Like think about when he's like 27, 28. Hopefully
29.
no injuries, knock on wood here. But I mean, dude, that this dude's gonna be damn good.
It's incredible. I have one thing I need to mention real quick.
Yeah.
Kuminga, phenomenal. He finished with 26 on 11 of 23 shooting. The only thing I'll say is, can he go to the basket? He kept pulling threes and he misses them. He missed two decent looks at three, but then immediately he got the ball in the same spot, drove right by Ant to the cup for an easy two. His athleticism, his length,
Yeah.
versatility, especially
What
defensively, but he can put it
what
together
do the
offensively.
Warriors do with them, dude?
They gotta do something.
Like, do they like now he's gonna want some money. He's putting up
And someone's going to give
reliable.
it to him. Somebody's going to give it to him with his potential.
Like you'd think like
Ath
you see like Charlotte, something like that. Like
right?
some team
Yo,
that's got some money to throw around.
but yeah, dude, Kuminga. I mean, real quick, he's so athletic, lengthy, versatile. Like his defense is automatically really good as a floor. And the ceiling, I don't even want to talk about it. That dude could be really good. Guard one through five. And then as a driver, like on offense, the dude's legit and he can knock down the three. He got drafted into a tough situation, a good situation and bad situation because he's going to be around winning basketball. He's going to develop into something, but it's also going to be tough because he's going to, be asked to play winning basketball, championship winning basketball right away. And I mean, he got minutes. He did stuff on that championship team. This guy's a guy. I mean, 26, 23, 30, 18 this series really efficiently. Um, I mean, I don't got much else to say. The dude's really talented, really athletic, really good.
Yeah, and I was reading like early in the year, he just like he got benched towards the end of the season just because like Steve Kerr said he was passing up Steph Curry on open looks and just trying to like force his own offense, which I don't doubt. Um, so I could see like how the Warriors are like kind of frustrated, but I could see also like that's because he's in a contract year and he doesn't know his future, and so I don't know. I don't think he comes back to the Warriors. I really don't think they pay him.
And why would
I
he
don't think.
want to?
Yeah,
Because
I
like
could
you
see him
said,
going. Yeah, I could see him going like maybe Detroit. Detroit want to do something.
Detroit's weird because they have a Sar in Holland, but I like what you're thinking. Maybe
Yeah, they might not be
Indiana
able to. Yeah, like something like Orlando, like something like that. You know what I mean?
with the
I don't know.
Knicks. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Orlando, dude. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, like he could kind of he fits their timeline. Um, I could also see just like Washington paying him and him going Washington. So
The Warriors wouldn't move. Yo, Washington's a story. They're kind of on the come up. Um, but could the Warriors make a wild move for Giannis where it's like Kuminga, Hicks, maybe Butler? I don't. You know what I'm saying? No.
I don't know. I think like because Curry was injured this year, they're gonna be like, oh, like look, we didn't get to see a healthy Butler and Curry, and they'll get another year together. Like they'll only be better. Where who knows?
Look, I get what you're saying. That definitely could happen. I am the biggest Jimmy Butler fan I know, but he's about to turn 36, and I mean, he is indeed not Miami Jimmy.
It's so funny that you love Jimmy Butler, and I'm not like a huge Jimmy Butler guy, and I'm a Marquette guy. Like Jimmy Butler is a Marquette guy, and I still just what he's done to my Celtics in the past. I have a good friend who's a Timberwolves fan. What he did to him, what he did to the Sixers. I don't know. What he did to the Heat. The way when he goes out, he likes burning the house. I don't
I
like that.
I get what you're saying by that. That's a great point. But it's
Yeah.
just for me, I'm definitely, and it's probably because of my experience as a Cowboys fan. I'm definitely always more of a fan of the sport than a team because being a Cowboys fan will burn you, man. That'll burn you. That'll like make you hate your own team. And that's kind of why like I don't care what he did to the Celtics. Like I was rooting with my life for the Celtics in that 2023 series. But when Jimmy did that, man, I respected it. But yeah, dude, like I was saying, Jimmy Butler, I think he's cooked. And I'm the biggest fan of him. He's too old. It's
Like,
done. It's done.
shit sucks, dude.
Yeah. Like I still think if Curry didn't get injured, but I still probably wouldn't even pick him over the Wolves. But at the same time, this is an open conference. I feel like they could have gotten there to the finals if Steph was hurt, if Steph wasn't hurt. I feel like they could have. Not would have, could have.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
yeah, is what it is.
I completely forgot to ask you about this, but Tatum, what do you, what do you, like, what are you thinking, like, for next year? Like,
So what's probably going to happen next year is Jalen's going to keep us in the playoffs, and Tatum's going to come back around March or something, and we're gonna be a fun team making noise in the playoffs
like
because
maybe
how
we're a
we
high seed, like a seven.
like whether it's 4, 5, 6, or 7 or 3, Jalen's a good player. Especially Jalen was so good last night because he had the freedom to do whatever he wanted. It was his team, his offense, and everybody was, his role player. He's a
Yeah,
pretty good player. Like he can get us 45 wins at least
yeah.
with
I,
with the roster that we have right now. My
I
thing though that we have to start thinking of is all right, we'll be a fun team in the playoffs next year. Tatum will be back for the playoffs, but we're probably not going to be a championship team with Tatum's injury and with
I
the
guess
roster
maybe
turnover.
I wouldn't. like count on Tatum being ready to play 36, 40 minutes in the playoffs. Like
I don't know.
you'd be
Not gonna
lucky if
work.
you get him for like 20. He'll probably be pumped playing half the game.
That's
So
what I'm
I don't know.
saying. So my thing is, and I've already said we can't hate on Porzingis. We have to respect it. What he gave us, we have to respect the deal. But he's got to go. He's got to go. He's not reliable, and he's making too much money.
I mean, they say it every sport. The best ability is availability. And we've done everything possible to try to make him available, and he hasn't been. All last playoffs, throughout this season, resting him, no back-to-backs, limited minutes. Like, dude, I don't know what else we can do. Like, he's just got the knack for it. And I think, like you said, he's the odd one out. He's got to go. I got home with my dad right after that Tatum game. I was like, "What do you think?" You know, he's like, "Porzingis got to go." So, I mean, I love Holiday. He's definitely going to be overpaid for what he does. You know, going when he's like 36. Like, what's he, 35 now? Like,
Dude, Holiday, we've got to get off that contract, man. We can't do 3 more years of this. And credit to him, he's been good, but he's not true Holiday.
I just don't know who's taking that. You know, who's taking Porzingis? Like,
That's the thing. Like at that point, do we just, take our L next year, still compete and be fun, but not be the same team we were these past 2 years? And then we're off of Porzingis' contract. But Holiday,
yeah,
man, he's gonna make 30 for 3 more years.
like, do you do a mini rebuild? Like, do almost like what the Warriors did? Like, when Curry got injured?
That's what I'm saying.
You might not be as extreme as bad,
We're not gonna
but
get the second overall pick. We still have Jaylen Brown. Can you hear my
yeah.
okay, bet. All right, bet.
The
Yeah.
yeah, we still got like JB, but I don't know, maybe like now that's the time to sell off a guy like Pritchard, you know? Like I don't know. I don't know. Like they could do a lot. I wouldn't be surprised. The only guys that are not on the table are Derek White and Jason Tatum. I'd say
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown is close to untouchable, but
After the Tatum injury, he's got to be, right?
it depends. Depends what somebody brings at you for him.
Yeah, you're right. And yo, I got to bring this up. All right. Trust me, I'm with you. He's amazing. But Derek White is about to turn 31. That's a tough reality.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
Shit.
at
I didn't
what
even realize
point?
he was that old.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, if somebody offers us something crazy and we know we're not probably going to win the championship next year, and at that point he's going to be turning 32, you know, if we can get a Mikal Bridges Hall and retool, get off that money, you get what I'm getting at? Like,
Yeah.
it's so
Open up
hard,
open up some cap space for like the following year. You don't know who's
right?
going to be a free agent.
Right?
So
I mean, teams will give you 4 first round picks for White, maybe. Like to go, he,
I I don't know. Maybe like three though. I
yeah.
think you get two or three.
I mean, like the Pistons.
I'm trying to think of a team like that's like just like the Lakers probably have no picks.
Yeah, that's the
Team
thing
that's just
about
like one
them.
move away. Like maybe
We
like Denver.
Denver.
Imagine
Yeah.
Derek White and Jokic. That would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're
Like,
just
but
we're just
but
feeling
we're
it, but
Celtics fans discussing our future. I mean, at some point, White's really old, making White's getting older, making a lot of money, and his value's not going to be the same in 2 years. It's not.
no. And like you'd think like will his game age well? Like I don't know.
I mean, dude, offensively, I love him, but defensively, he's not like what he was last year. Like Brunson was giving it to him. Bridges was giving it to him.
Yeah. I mean, I think some of those shots Bridges hit in that game five or was it game four where he
Yes.
hit those like step back one legged. You know
Is
that
that Is that just the Mikal Bridges experience? Sometimes he's gonna hit the shot, sometimes not.
Dude, he dropped what 15 in that quarter, but the rest of the series he hasn't played well.
He was 4 for 14 last night.
Yeah,
Ugly
like
sometimes, but
yeah,
sometimes he's Michael Jordan.
yeah. So I don't know. Where like Brunson though, like I think he is just so good. Like he makes Derek White look like a bad defender at times, and you're just like, but I think that's just how good Brunson is, like positioning and strength.
You got a
So
point. You got a point. But yeah,
you want to rip Thunder Nuggets before we
for sure.
stop?
For sure. I'm gonna start with you can't write off Denver. You can't. You never know when all of them are gonna hit shots like they did in what was it, game two or three. Jokic, he's the best player in the world. Playoff Murray can look like prime Steph some nights. They have the championship experience. OKC's youth has shown, even though they're up at 3-2 in the series, all the credit in the world to them. But they haven't been as good as they were in the regular season. Like they're prone to Shea coming out and having a bad shooting night. Dort could go 0 for 10 like he did earlier in the series. J-Dub has had horrible shooting nights. Chet has had nights where he's not shooting it. And with Jokic, Murray, and role players more than capable of shooting it well some nights, even though some nights they're left open and can't hit a shot to save their life. I mean, the championship experience versus the youth, the best player in the world, you cannot count the Nuggets out of this game or the series.
No, I mean, dude, low-key, the Nuggets kind of blew that last game. Were they up like 10 points throughout with like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and
Yeah, they went into the fourth quarter up 8 and then went 6 minutes without a field goal.
yeah, like,
Murray was having a game and then he just blew it.
and if I remember correctly, let me just check the box score. Yeah, Michael Porter was chucking bricks. I remember that. 0 for 5 from three. And at the end of the game, he chucked like three of them, and they all just missed. But I mean, I feel like the Thunder stole that game. Like the Nuggets really had that one in the bag, and like now this is tough because now they got to win two in a row here. I don't know. I don't know if they can do it against this OKC team where, like, I mean, it looked like they were down and out, and then all of a sudden they're just boom right back into this game, and they're turning Jokic over still. They're really forcing guys like Christian Braun, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Gordon to beat them. And they're like, you know what? Like Jokic, he might get his. He scored 44 last game, 44 and 15, but he's not really passing it as much. Guys aren't knocking down shots,
Yeah.
so it's just him like having to do everything.
Yeah, dude, the Thunder are selling out to stop Jokic. They're bringing four guys into the paint. Christian Brown, they're leaving him open and it's working. Watson was 1 for 4 as the seventh man. Russ was 1 for 7 as the sixth man. Um, and MPJ was 0 for 5 from three. Gordon gives you what he gives you, but that can't be it. You really need Murray to be good. Um, yeah, dude, Christian Brown was left open all game and he shot 3 for 12.
They let
Um,
him have everything.
yeah, dude, they let him, and it's like you got to knock down those shots. It's just so weird how some nights they do hit them, some nights they don't. But hey, that's what happens when you're not willing to pay veteran role players like KCP, like Bruce Brown. You lose them, and you're relying on vets like Russell Westbrook and young guys like Peyton Watson and Julian Strawther played real minutes. No, it's not gonna work, especially when you have Michael Porter Jr. starting.
Westbrook 1 for 7, two turnovers. Um,
Man. But yo, credit to the Thunder. Credit to the Thunder. They came through late. Shea came through at the end. That was regular season Shea right there. J-Dub, he had a bad game all night, but that corner with all that corner three with all the pressure in the world on him, he came through. Caruso, credit to that dude. He balled 3 of 6 from three. Dort
it
had a
all
horrible game, and then in the fourth quarter, hit three threes.
Yeah, and it all starts on the defensive side of the floor. Like everything. To get out and run
Oh
transition.
yeah.
Especially like I feel like Shea like he'll like wait to turn it on and then like he'll be like, "Oh, we need to come back. All right." And then like you saw them go on like a 6-0 run real quick and he just like right to the rim. Like in the transition, it looked like everybody's in slow motion. So, I think I think this still could go seven because like Denver at home. I don't know. I feel like.
And I want it to go seven. This is such a good series, such a good matchup. I mean,
Yeah,
the two MVP candidates, arguably the two best players in the world. And it's like one is old in championship. They have the experience, and then one has not done anything yet. It This is the best series. There have been some good series. The parity in the NBA is amazing right now. This is one of the best.
100%. Yes.
And we haven't even mentioned Chet and Hartenstein. Chet was 6 for 9. Hartenstein was 7 for 10, and we mentioned what they do on defense. I mean, those two
Yo,
on Jokic, there's no better duo defensively.
Hartenstein and Chet like starting together is insane. Like it's actually like so OP because like they're both so quick and they pass so well. Like they can both sort of like Hartenstein can shoot the mid range a little bit. Chet knocks down the three reliably. Like that team is like, man, I
And
don't know. I don't know. Like it's so hard to pick because I feel like the inexperience, like you could tell during that game when they were down, like the crowd was getting a little anxious. You could tell they were getting a little like, oh shoot, like we can't go down here and then have to win two in a row. So I don't
absolutely, dude. But Denver, they went 1 for 12 from three in the fourth quarter. You can't do that, and that's not on Jokic. That's on the role players. But at the same time, you got to give credit to the Thunder. They closed 5 for 9. Shea, J-Dub, all these guys. Dort, they came through when it mattered.
yeah. I'm looking I'm looking at this. No, it's not true.
What
Sorry.
happened?
No, I was looking. It's like somebody said all three teams lost this trade, and it was the Kristaps, Marcus Smart, and the Tyus Jones trade.
We
We're
got a
like
championship.
Celtics won,
We
bro.
got
The
a
Celtics won.
championship. That's what we play basketball for.
Yeah,
What do you think about that? The I I make my I hold guys to a standard. I hold teams to a standard that we play basketball to win championships. And then so many guys will be like, "Dude, what are you talking about? That's not the point of the game." Like I'm like, I get what you're saying. It's not all about. And then they say, "Oh, ring culture is poisoning basketball." Haven't we always played sports to win? Like win rings? Like at the professional level, like isn't that I get it's
yeah,
business too. And the older you get, you see it. You see it. But as a fan and as an analyst, yeah, ring culture is a thing. Yeah, winning is the standard.
yeah. So I don't, I don't know. I like if you had like we always ask this, but I feel like right now, if you had to pick someone to win it all, who would you pick? I would say Minnesota Timberwolves right now. Even though they haven't been tested too much, I think the winner's coming out of the Western Conference this year, no matter what.
Really.
Yeah.
The Knicks, the Knicks are like they're on my radar because they got lucky in the East, and I think they can beat the West. I think they can. Um,
Can't disagree with you though.
Then my thing though, like I I kind of don't disagree with you though. Like the Timberwolves are probably going to be my pick. Because no matter how bad they shoot, no matter how bad of a first half Ant comes out with, it seems like Randall's always going to do enough. Ant's going to pull the game out of his back pocket. With the
Yeah.
Thunder, with the Thunder, there's still an experience. With the Nuggets, they do have the experience, but I mean, we saw what the role players are giving you besides
And I feel
Jokic
like
and even Murray.
the Wolves, they got like you're gonna get one Rudy Gobert game, 100%. I feel like you always get one where he just like starts hitting some weird shots and
Yeah.
you're just like, what?
Dude, I
And
mean, he was 8 of 9 last night,
then
8 rebounds
Nance.
under 30 minutes. Chris Finch has figured it out. He gets the most out of every single one of these guys. Every single one of them. They have the pressure to get it for Conley before he retires. And I mean, in the Knicks, I mean, are they going to get there in Anunoby? If they even get there, is Anunoby going to shoot 1 for 10 every game? And Bridges, I mean, 4 for 15? You know? Yeah, it's got to be the Timberwolves.
Yo, I forgot. That's another good storyline. Anunoby versus Siakam. If that was an Eastern Conference Finals, two. two guys who won championship together on the Raptors there. So
Yes, yes, I didn't even think of that. Yo,
wow,
yo, looking back on it, and I think about this all the time, that 2019 Raptors team in the moment went so under the radar. So under the radar. I mean, we were talking about the Celtics as the favorites out of that conference, the Bucks the favorites out of that conference all year. But the Raptors, looking back on it, they had a hell of a roster.
they had the best player in the world at the time.
They had the best player in the world on both sides of the basketball. They had Powell, they had Lowry, they had Siakam, they had Gasol, they had Valanciunas, they had Jeremy Lin. Who else? I'm forgetting guys. Anunoby, I didn't mention.
Yeah, OG Siakam, Van Vliet.
VanVleet, what a squad! What a
Yeah, dude.
squad!
Yo, I can't believe I actually thought Kawhi. I convinced myself afterwards. I was like, yo, there's no way he leaves this team. Like this team's awesome. Like they just won a championship. But
Really? I knew his nonchalant ass was getting out of there. I knew he was out. I just thought it was to the Lakers.
so, yo, we gotta talk about this too. Dallas Mavericks,
I can't say my opinion.
number one overall pick.
I can't really say my opinion. Like,
I mean, like, dude, I couldn't believe it. I was like,
I could.
this dude's job was just saved, bro. Saved.
What do
Saved
you,
out of thin air.
yeah, I mean, they're in a better situation now. They have a guy who's an even better prospect than Luca. He's not the offensive player that Luca is. He's never going to be. Not many guys are ever going to be. But he plays both ends of the floor. That's exactly what Nico Harrison wants. You get him on a rookie contract. He's not making money. You don't have to pay him for a couple of years. Luca, you were
And
about
that,
to have to dish out a supermax to a guy who doesn't who doesn't fit your culture. He doesn't play defense. He doesn't care. He's
yeah, they
you have to
this
pay him
is
a
the
supermax.
position. This is the position they need to fill, like the wing position. And you know what? Like, okay, maybe if it doesn't work now, but this guy's the number one overall pick. He's playing with three former All-Stars. I think he should be able to figure out a way to be effective in some sort of way. And like, I mean, we saw it in college, dude. That dude can make some crazy plays. Like, we know he can play.
He's going to
So.
be a top 10 player within 5 years.
Yeah, and they can develop him to play the way they want him to.
Exactly the way.
Like
Point forward.
they'll never have to worry about his health. Like, I don't know.
Dude,
It's
he
great. They're in a better position now than they were.
isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
But that's in a world without injuries.
That's true. And you never know how that's going to treat you.
And you
But
got three plus 32-year-olds.
but dude, I mean, listen to this roster they're going to have. So, obviously the Kyrie injury thing, but he's going to be back next year at some point. Listen to this. Kyrie, Clay, PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, Najee Marshall, Dante Exum, Cooper Flag. They still have guys like Jaden Hardy. I mean, man, Brandon Williams gave them something. They can make a move. They can do whatever they want. They have a plethora of options. They're not going to trade the pick. That's not happening. They're not trading that for Giannis. It's not going to happen. But man, Kyrie, Clay, PJ, AD, Lively, Gafford, Flag, Exum, Marshall, Hardy. Dude, what?
Yo, didn't someone else move up too? Or like,
The
no, what
Spurs
was the
got
other
the
team?
second pick.
Yeah, who was the other team who had the same odds to get the Dallas pick
The
and didn't get it?
Bulls.
Yeah, the Bulls, yeah.
That would have been cool too, but they don't deserve it. I mean, that would have been cool too.
I would have much rather seen the Bulls get the number one overall pick than the Dallas Mavericks. Come
I
on.
would too. But at the same time, I mean, this is going to be a fun team.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I think like, I don't know.
Do they keep Kyrie?
Yeah, they got to.
They
I
could
don't
they could make a playoff run next year.
Yeah, I don't know like yeah, I don't know. I think they gotta. they're gonna sit tight though. I think they'll sit tight this summer. After getting that pick, they're not gonna do anything too crazy.
Dude, they have a championship roster.
Yo, what if they just move like I don't know, like Clay, the number one pick, and Kyrie for Giannis or something crazy. I don't know. I'm trying to think like
Dude,
that would be
I think I don't think you would I don't think the Mavs would give up the first pick for Giannis straight up.
no. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying
I
to think of a
wouldn't.
guy. Like
Because
it's gonna
dude,
be
Giannis is 30 making all this money.
yeah.
It's the Spurs, dude, with Giannis. I mean, Dylan Harper is there's a runaway second overall pick. There's a runaway second prospect. Somebody's gonna want that pick. They have Castle, they have Harper, they have Wembenyama, and they have Fox. And they have
Dylan
Vassell, they have
Harper's
Keldon Johnson. They flip that second pick for Giannis. All of a sudden you have Giannis, Wemby, Fox, and Castle. I don't know. You probably have to give up more than just the second overall pick for Giannis. You're going to. But I don't think I mean, you're not going to give up the second pick in Castle. But even then, I mean, I don't know. Somebody's going to want Dylan Harper.
yeah,
Six
Dylan
six
Harper's
two-way
beast.
combo guard.
And from we've seen way more from Dylan Harper this year than we have from Ace Bailey. So Ace Bailey's got the build and the ideal physicals, but he's not polished and so kind of like a tunnel vision ISO scorer. Where like I feel like Dylan Harper's a great all around guard. Like he's gonna be come in and play immediately. So
Like I'm not saying he's not Cade Cunningham, but he's good. Pretty good.
yeah, like he's a little smaller, so he probably won't take over games as much, but he's still like he's an all around guard. So
That's true. What else do we got to get to? We talked about what have we not talked about? Talked about the Knicks Celtics. We talked about the Warriors Wolves. Talked about the Thunder Nuggets. We talked about Cavs Pacers. Yeah, I don't know what else we got to get to.
not much. Let's see.
Let me check
Yo,
my
if you
notes.
let's see. Oh, okay. I was curious. So last night that Luke Cornett had the second most blocks. He tied Kendrick Perkins and Robert Parrish for the second most blocks in a playoff game in Celtics history.
That
Which
third
like,
quarter, man, he just won us a playoff game.
yeah.
Obviously with help. Jaylen Brown, Derek White. So much credit to them. Holiday had a solid game. But how's our Pritchard? They were all right. But yeah, dude, Cornette, 5 blocks in the third quarter when we were tied at halftime. We leave that quarter up 17, up 15. We were bringing him back probably, right? Got to
Yeah.
be.
I mean,
But
like, I don't know. What do you like? I don't know.
I mean, we when I just feel I find myself wanting him off the floor in his limited minutes, but when he plays real minutes, I'm impressed. It's weird.
Like, I'm thinking, should we talk any NFL?
Dude, I'm down. We had the schedule release. The
Yeah, I
Dallas
saw.
Cowboys have the hardest week 11 through 16 schedule, I think, in NFL history. So that's something.
How about them Cowboys?
Yo, the Patriots are going to be pretty good next year. They're going to be pretty good, in my opinion. I'm higher on the Pats than most Patriots fans are,
You
as a Cowboys fan in New
see that
England.
cakewalk of a schedule?
Yeah, dude.
It's
I
kind of
mean, come
wild.
on. Come on, right? You're
Yeah.
going to probably go at least 2 or 3 wins in that conference.
The
At least.
the betting sites had them like over like 10 wins. Like
That's a little much.
people around here were saying that, and I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, this team won 4 games last year. I think it would
Oh,
be awesome if we went 500. Like, but realistically, I think six is a good goal. But the sports books have them doubled that, and that's because of the strength of schedule. But
but still, dude, still. Most Patriots fans I see have been saying 7, 8 wins they want. For me, on the outside looking in, as a Cowboys fan in New England, I think they're a 9-win football team, at least. I think they're pretty good. Something like the Broncos last year. Not quite as good. but something like him. Drake
Yep.
May, I think, is really transcendent. Stephon Diggs, you got Kyle Williams in the third round, Demario Douglas in the slot, Hunter Henry, Stevenson and Henderson is a hell of a 1-2 punch at running back. You got your
Facts.
left tackle. The defense has
Yo,
improved, like Vrabel. That this is a 9-win football team plus.
would you be down to go through some schedules and go like win loss, win loss, win
Yeah,
loss, add
for
them up?
sure. For sure.
Let's do like big teams,
Okay.
like Cowboys. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah,
Steelers, stuff like that.
let's do it.
I,
Steelers are tough because I don't know who's their quarterback, but yeah, totally. Let me see.
um, like let's do the Cowboys. All
Okay.
right.
Let me see. All right. So, hold on. Okay.
All
So
right.
we
Week one, they
start
got the Eagles.
we start at the Rams. No, preseason, my bad. We start with the Eagles on Thursday Night Football to open the NFL season. Give me the Eagles in Philly.
Yeah,
Cowboys 0-1.
I agree with you.
We play the Giants week 2, we get a win, go 1-1.
Like it.
We played the Bears in week 3, and this game could go either way. This game could go either way. It's all going to be dependent on how good Caleb Williams is at that point, how much improvement is there. I got to take the Cowboys 2-1.
I'm going with you. Yeah, I'm not gonna put my trust in Caleb. I want to see it.
Yeah, exactly. But then we drop week 4 to the Packers 2-2. We
I
get
feel
a
like the
win.
Packers. I feel like the Packers just own the Cowboys.
Oh hell yeah, they do. And they just got Matthew Golden. They're gonna be better. They're gonna be better. Um, they're not a perfect team, but yeah, give me the Packers over the Cowboys. Then we go to New York. We play the Jets and we beat them three and
Like
two.
it.
Justin Fields at quarterback. I think at Carolina in week 6 is tough, but I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
I agree with you.
That makes you 4-2. You go to the Commanders and lose at home. This is not
Yep.
Thanksgiving, but yeah, we're gonna lose this. Um,
Another
four and
tough one
three.
too.
I think we lose to the Broncos.
I agree with you. The way the Broncos were playing second half of the season, if they look anything like it.
They might have the best defense in the league next year. They're they're only getting better offensively. They're gonna be really good. Give me the Broncos. That puts us at 4-4. Four.
Yep.
Okay. Then we get the Cardinals. I That's tough. That's tough because I don't know what the Cardinals are gonna be. I'm gonna take the Cowboys. The George Pickens edition is so crucial. I love that dude. I was a huge George Pickens fan before he was a Cowboy. So,
I agree. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you on any of these. Then you got the bye.
so
Then
what are
you
we
beat
at
the
right
Raiders,
now? We're
right?
5-4.
Yeah, so you're 5-4 going into the bye.
It's not horrible. It's not horrible for a
No.
team that's kind of not in their prime like they were a few years ago. We go to Vegas week 11 and we beat them.
Yeah,
We
100%.
we go to Philly. I th- We always take one against Philly. We always take one against Philly. I think we get it. I think we get it just because we always do.
Okay. Drop one versus KC.
Yeah, we drop that. We drop that. I'm not picking it. We drop another one to the Lions.
Okay.
But this is that schedule. This is that week 11 week. Yeah, week 12 we play the Eagles, week 13 the Chiefs, week 14 the Lions, the Vikings, the Chargers, the Commanders. That's ridiculous. That's that's absurd.
Ooh. Like, there's a chance you guys are like 7-4, and then you just drop like three or four straight.
Yeah. I'll pick us to beat the Vikings and JJ McCarthy, but we lose to
Okay.
the Chiefs and Lions. So what does that make us?
Ch-
That would
That
be
makes you 8-6. Does that sound
okay.
right?
Yeah. And
That's with
then
the win of the Vikings,
okay,
which I would be very,
it's
I'm
tough.
like 50-50 on that. So,
I just feel like McCarthy can't step in and play like
yeah.
Darnold did.
No, I'll go with what I know. So,
Okay. So we're
uh, so what do you think? Chargers, Commanders, Giants. You win the Giants that last week.
I think the
So,
Vikings would be the seventh win. Am I tripping?
no, you couldn't. I might have just
Let
put
me
an
see.
extra one.
So that we get a win, one against the Giants, two against the Bears, three, four, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8. No, you're right, because I forgot we picked the Eagles once. Bet.
Okay.
We go to the Chargers. I kind of want to take it. We beat them last year.
I like it.
The Chargers didn't get a premium receiver on the outside like I wanted them to. They didn't fix the interior of their offensive line as much as I wanted them to. So that's how it is. And then we dropped to the Commanders.
Yeah.
And then we beat the Giants. So that
Okay,
makes
so
us gives us
a
10 wins.
10-7 football team. That should be a wild card spot, right?
Yeah, the only thing is that we did lose DeMarcus Lawrence. Our defense isn't going to be the same, likely. And I think I
Is
was being
Parsons
optimistic.
healthy?
I think I was being, he is. He's a game breaker. We did lose DeMarcus Lawrence. We don't have a game-changing linebacker. Our corners are only getting older. And I think I'm being optimistic with 10 wins. Like, I feel like I was optimistic there. Like, I could have
Yeah,
picked us
that
to lose
was
to the Bears. Could have picked us to get swept by the Eagles. Could have picked us to lose to the Chargers and Vikings. But
yeah.
Dak with CD and Pickens and Ferguson and a good offense and a couple of weapons around there, Turpin.
I wouldn't be surprised either if they win 5 or 6 games though. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? I feel like this thing, if it goes south early, it could end up just spiraling.
It definitely could, dude. That's the thing, is I feel like I was being very optimistic there.
Yeah.
But we'll see how
So
it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. Dak Prescott, though, I'm in love with the George Pickens edition. I do feel though, it's not like a real championship move. It's just one of those Jerry Jones moves that keeps the fans engaged and excited, but it
get a
doesn't
big
do
name in
anything.
there. Yeah.
He's just money farming. He doesn't care about winning, which sucks. But life of the Cowboys fan, man, it'll do it to you. They get a week 1 win against the Raiders.
Yeah, I like it.
They
And
go
then
to Miami. I mean, that's a winnable game. Let's split them with Miami.
yeah, is Reek playing?
Yes.
So he's still on the Dolphins?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if he
So,
was. That's like an
yeah, you never
aging
know with that guy.
team. At Miami though, I'll give it to Miami.
Fire. So 1-1, and they go to Pittsburgh. Who's their quarterback? Aaron Rodgers, if even. Aaron Rodgers' best case scenario behind that offensive line that is not always amazing.
Hold on.
Throwing to not George Pickens anymore, just DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, and I saw they're banking on a second year explosion from Roman Wilson,
Dude,
third round receiver out of Michigan last year.
they're starting Mason Rudolph as of right now.
If they don't get Rodgers,
We're
let's
going
give
with
the Pats a win.
we give the Pats a win.
And the Panthers at week 4.
Uh
That's anyway.
Home game. I think the Patriots can start 3-1.
I think they can.
Yeah.
I think they can. With that, you know, Carolina defense isn't amazing. The offense has a lot of potential, but the Patriots have a better defense. And
Yeah.
so does the Patriots offense. They have a lot of potential. So yeah, let's go with the Pats at
Yeah,
home.
I think this Patriots team's gonna look completely different. Like Mayo just wasn't he was just in over his head. Like he had
Yeah,
no business being
absolutely.
a coach. It-
And it was a team void of talent too,
yeah, like I think you could have brought in any college coach, head coach, and he probably could have done better. So uh
probably. And now you bring in Variable, who did amazing things in Tennessee.
yeah, so I think you gotta throw last year out the window, but everything this year like is I don't know. We'll see.
It's looking good. Vrabel's the perfect fit.
So week 5, we got Bills. Got to take the L there, I think.
Yeah.
Bills are
But
just, yeah.
the Bills, Josh Allen. But then they go to the Saints. They get a win in New Orleans.
I think they can.
Derek Carr retired. Who are they playing? Spencer Rattler or Jake Haener? Like,
Chris Olave will be injured by then.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. So will Shaheed probably. I mean,
Kamara.
seriously, they're gonna be starting Jake Haener or
Yeah.
Spencer Rattler.
So we're just gonna have to stop Kamara.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's a game they can get. I'll give it to them.
And then they go to Tennessee, dude.
I think
And then
they,
Cleveland at home.
I think they drop in Tennessee.
Okay.
I think Vrabel goes home and gets disappointed at his old stomping grounds. I don't know.
You don't think he has a lot to go out for?
I can't pick against the Titans, bro.
I feel you. Cam Ward, rookie quarterback. He could be
Dude,
good, dude.
yo, they didn't get a single national TV game, the Titans. How is that even possible? Like,
That's disgusting.
number
That's
one,
disgusting.
it's the number one overall pick. At least throw him on a Thursday night football. Like, what are we doing?
Right? Give us one. We're gonna have the Saints there. Horrible. Horrible. So
Uh,
that starts you out, the New England Patriots. Uh,
4-3, but I wouldn't be shocked if they're better than that. You know what I mean?
or worse, but better. Yeah, I mean, they have an easy schedule. They go to the Browns at home. I kind
Yeah,
of like the Pats.
yeah, I think I'll take the Pats. Who's Cleveland's quarterback?
I mean, Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders. I have two other guys. Let me
I can't
see.
hear.
They also got ah,
Shedeur
what's up
just
there?
cracks me up.
I know. Dude, I feel like he could be all right. I feel like you'd be all right. Flacco and Pickett are the other two. Like, oh boy. Oh boy.
Quite a competition there.
Lots of potential you're not gonna get,
Yo, why doesn't Flacco go to the Steelers? I feel like he'll be good there.
right? You would think with Tomlin,
Yeah.
he'd fit the culture and he'd probably win more games than Mason Rudolph. Although Rudolph could be worse, but I mean, he's not good. But
So
there's worse guys. There's worse guys, I feel like.
I think we'll go Patriots beat the Browns, I think.
Yeah. 5-3, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Then they lose to the Falcons, I think.
I think so. Yeah. J Judon's on this team, correct?
Yeah, he's gonna come out.
Yeah. Whether it's Penix or Kirk Cousins, I think like they'll take it. Like they have so many weapons, like playmakers. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So many,
I would take that third string wide receiver over our first right now. So
right?
give me
Although I kind of like the Pats. I kind of like what they got going on with Henry at tight end, Douglas in the slot, Diggs, and then Kyle Williams, man. I really like the dude. I like the dude. And then if Williams isn't ready to step in and, play that wide receiver two on the outside role, you got Boutte, you got Bourne, you got Polk, you got Baker. One of these guys has got to be able to step in.
yeah.
At least as a collective group, they've got to be able to form something.
Yeah, you need someone to step up, make some strides, whether it's Baker, Polk, one of the guys they draft.
Booty,
Yeah.
Thorne with his veteran experience. But yeah, so they start off 5-5 or 5-4? 5-4,
Five
right?
and four. And I think they'll go 5-5. Drop one to the in Tampa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then they play the Jets at home. Week 11, Justin Fields, Drake May, Thursday night football in New England. Give me the Patriots.
We have the Patriots at 500. That'll be probably a must-win game for the Patriots. So I think they win that game. Then they go to Cincinnati. Yeah, we beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati last year. They're gonna want to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think whether Drake May could put up 30 points, I think Burrow's just gonna throw up 40. Like I think he's just gonna put up three touchdowns, four touchdowns. So
That type of thing.
yeah, then we'll have them beat the Giants because Giants suck.
Right. And then you get your bye at week 14. It's a long, 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 long road.
Yeah,
But you get your week 14 bye. You're looking at a record. What's the record right now? You're looking at
7-6.
pretty
So
good, man. Pretty
I mean,
good.
compared to last season, yeah, 100%. Let's see what their win total's at.
What is it? 8.5? 7.5?
8.5. Okay.
It's a high number.
So we're two away. Let's see. So they got the Bills again, L, right?
hmm And then the Ravens probably an L.
Yep, I agree with
So
you.
that's tough out of the bye.
Yeah,
But then you get the Jets again and you get the Dolphins again. But that's also a thing where we had them splitting.
and that
You want to,
Dolphins game at home in last week of the season, you know it's gonna be like freezing. I'll take the Patriots in that game.
yeah, give them at least one of those games.
And then that Jets game, that's gonna make or break.
It's tough. I feel like they don't go 0 and 4. I feel like they go 1 and 3 out of the bye.
Yeah, I don't like see them beating the Jets twice. Didn't the Jets beat us twice last year?
I think so. And then
Yeah.
I definitely don't see them beating the Dolphins twice.
Yeah, so and we have us beating the Jets in New England, so I think we'll lose in New York.
Yeah,
So we finish seven, no, eight and nine on the season.
that sounds about right.
But I think there's definitely potential you can win two or three more, definitely lose two or three more. So,
Right? It's all about how that offense helps out Drake May. How is the offensive line going to hold up? How are those wide receivers going to play on the
yeah,
outside?
you know,
That's the key to the season.
you
They're
gotta
going to
hope
be a good
Will Campbell's
defense.
a stud, man. Like number one overall lineman taken, just should be a beast. So,
Yeah, he should be decent. I'm not too high on him. I'm not like the craziest high on him, but I'm also not a lineman guy. Like,
yeah. I mean, dude
so,
started 4 years in the SEC, so I
all
think
right,
that's
that's got to mean something.
yeah.
It's got to mean something. He's fourth overall pick for a reason. He's
Yeah.
been the first overall mock tackle for years,
Yeah. And if yeah, I feel like you know what, like we would have seen someone trade out if that was the case. So it's
right?
like them. So
Yo, do you want to do one more team? Do you want to do who
yeah.
we could do the Chiefs? We
Yeah,
could
we
do
gotta
anyone
do some
really.
like clickbait teams, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to think.
We could do the Chiefs. We could do, let me see.
Chiefs, Eagles,
We could do the Eagles.
and then maybe like one more.
Yeah.
Um,
The Jags? Nah, that's a fun one for me, but people I feel like don't care.
maybe
The
maybe Chicago, dude.
Yes, that's the move. All right,
Chicago or
bet.
Green Bay. What do you want to do?
I'll do Chicago.
Okay.
We gotta do that.
And then we could do, dude, we can just do these all summer too, okay?
Yeah, dude, right?
So,
NFL baby. All right, bet. What do you want to do first?
uh, let's just do the Chiefs.
Bet.
Um, is Rasheed Rice playing start of the season?
Who knows? Because it's not even an injury, right? It's kind of just like a
Yeah,
piece
that,
of shit thing.
yeah. Um, all right. So they lose anyone notable? I don't think so, right?
They lost. All right, let's see. They lost. They added a few guys. I don't think they lost anything crazy. I don't know. I pulled up an article and it just did isn't what it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was nothing wild.
Let's
All right.
see.
So they start Chargers week one in Brazil. That's a weird game.
It is
Same time zone, which kind of helps, but still kind of weird.
at the Chargers. I kind of want to take them, the Chiefs.
Who, the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Who, what are the Chargers? The Chargers have anything new coming in this year?
They've got, let me see, what do they do? Najee Harris and Amarian Hampton as running backs now. But I mean, they got Williams back, got Trey Harris, the receiver out of Ole Miss.
Remember the turf was like terrible last year wherever they played, like first game
Yeah.
of the season.
They they got Becton. Yes, I do remember that. Yo, that's crazy. I can't believe that was the first game of the season.
Yeah.
That felt like 2 weeks ago, that Eagles Packers game, and it
Yeah.
was horrible. That turf was
Was
bad.
that in Brazil?
Yeah,
Oh my God. Yo, we'll take the
yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah.
I feel like the script's in already.
But the Chargers did get Mekhi Becton. That is a piece to that inside of that offensive line that I do like.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. The Chargers are going to be pretty good this year, I think. But I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They play the Eagles in week 2 in Kansas City, and I kind of want to take the Chiefs, but I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. The way that Super Bowl played out, I think we got to go with the Eagles again.
Yeah, that's fair. And you can't pick the Chiefs against everybody. So
Yeah.
that's fair. And then they go to New York for the Giants
They
at
win
one
now.
and one. They win that. They go to Baltimore. That's a tough one.
Wow, they have a tough schedule. Uh, yeah, Baltimore at home. I mean, Jackson's like never been able to beat him. I don't think
Yeah.
that's gonna change, right?
Yeah, no. So let's go with Kansas City. They go to 3-1. Okay. The Jags. I think the Chiefs got that.
Yeah, Jags suck.
I'm
They're
kind of higher on them. I love the Travis Hunter pick. I'm a Jags guy. I like Liam Cohen, but I've been a Jags guy, and we've seen where that's been. But hey, Doug Peterson's gone. There's hope. Liam Cohen, I think, is the perfect fit for Trevor Lawrence. But that's a conversation for a different day.
yeah,
Chiefs. 4-2 start or 4-1 start. And then they play the Lions in week 6. We're out for vengeance to the whole league.
at home. I don't know. Do you think the Lions are gonna be the same?
Yeah. I mean, they're bringing back the same roster. So
Just
I think they are. I think they're going to be just as good. I think they're going to be the same kind of thing
yeah, you think they Sunday Night Football? Damn, that's a good game.
in Kansas City. Maybe Detroit.
Yeah, they
Maybe
gotta lose
Detroit.
one. They gotta lose
Yeah.
one of these. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Like,
And that's still a 4-2 start. They've got to lose. Lions, I think they're going to be good still. And I feel like they're only going to get better. Like I feel like this is the team primed to do something. This Detroit core. Not
fact.
the biggest Jared Goff guy in the world at all. Far from it. But the rest of the roster are pretty good. Raiders week 7. I think the Chiefs win that.
Yeah, no
Then
doubt.
they get the Commanders in week 8, which I kind of want to take the Chiefs. Kind of want to take the Chiefs, but
Yo, I don't know.
I mean, I can't just pick the Chiefs every game.
What did the Commanders do this offseason? What'd they upgrade?
They got Debo Samuel. They
Oh,
got Laramie Tunsil.
yo,
It's pretty good.
yo, we might. I wouldn't mind, dude. I feel like that's like change into the guard type game. You know what I mean?
The the only thing with the Commanders for me is are they gonna do the same thing? Or are they gonna have a drop off? Because Jaden, they played 5 out a lot. They played a lot of fast paced. Um, is it gonna continue? I just feel like so many guys come out, have crazy rookie years, especially when they have such a video game play style like Jaden Daniels does, and then they just don't replicate it.
Yeah,
I'm This has been on my mind, but I'm a huge Jaden Daniels fan. He's amazing. I mean,
I think he's different.
yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of do too. I kind of do too. But it does linger on my mind. But yeah, let's go with the Commanders here. I mean,
Um,
Debo Samuel and Laramie Tunsil, those are ads. Those are ads.
So 5-3, the Chiefs start. Then they go to Buffalo. Oh my goodness. I
I don't
mean,
know, man. That's all you, dude. That's all you. I can never pick Chiefs Bills.
did they hasn't Allen like always won the regular season and then Mahomes wins the playoffs, something like that?
Yeah, that's true. That is how it goes.
And it's in Buffalo. Like, dude, I feel like they're just a different team.
Yeah. Let's go with Buffalo. Regular season Josh Allen against Mahomes.
Yeah.
Week 11, this is a tough one at Denver.
Yeah. And then this coming out of the bye week. So I don't know.
Give
I
me the
think,
Chiefs.
yeah, I think they get it done. Bo Nix, not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. And then they go to the Colts, or they play the Colts at home, week 12. Give me
When
Anthony. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Give me the Chiefs.
AR beat
Hey, listen, I still have not given up on Anthony Richardson. I think I watched like every snap last year. I did in the all 22. I watched like every Anthony Richardson snap. And I just came out with the conclusion that most of the time it wasn't this dude's fault. Did he have some stinkers of throws that just weren't near the receiver? Yes, he did. But he also had there was a lot of drops. There was a lot of Michael Pittman. I didn't like the way Michael Pittman played last year. The dude has potential. It's just all about how is he going to be coached.
Yeah,
But yeah, let's
exactly.
go with the Chiefs here. I just had to throw that out there. You know me and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
And then at the Cowboys, we
So
picked the
wait, is that
Chiefs.
7 wins or 8 wins?
That is, let me see. So we picked them against the Chargers, the Giants, the Ravens, the Jags. 4, 5. That is 7 at the
Okay.
Colts. So they're 7-4. They go to the
Dallas.
Cowboys. They pick up another win, 8-4. They go
I
to the
like it.
Texans. The Texans,
I think they keep rolling.
9-4. Do
They,
they double down and beat the Chargers twice or no? I
yeah,
I don't
screw Jim Harbaugh.
really. You think so?
That's my bias speaking though. So,
Okay. How come?
'cause I don't like Michigan, and I don't know the
Who's your
whole.
favorite college football team?
My favorite college football team. I tend to root for like SEC schools normally. Like it doesn't really matter who. I'll normally root for them because I think that's like the best football league.
Okay.
I
You
don't
know
have.
I'm an Ohio State fan.
You are?
Yeah.
Really?
Not
Shit.
like a die hard, but I was a huge Justin Fields fan, and I was a huge Travion Henderson fan before he was even in college. So that got me. I had to be.
Yo, if I have a team, it's honestly Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because
Okay,
like because Marquette's in Wisconsin, so like that's like the football team that so the Badgers, but they haven't been good. I went to a game when Jonathan Taylor was there.
you told me that. That's
He
sick.
scored 4 tutties against Michigan. I was like,
It
yo,
was against Michigan.
yeah, it was against Jim
Oh,
Harbaugh. I was like,
okay, okay,
place was
all
going
right,
crazy.
all right. Yeah, let's fuck Jim Harbaugh right now. Let's go with the Chargers or the Chiefs. Sorry. And that puts them eight,
Uh,
9, 10, 10-4. It's pretty good. And then
okay.
they get that win against the Titans,
Yeah, I like it.
11-4. They sweep the Broncos. I f
They're gonna beat
Yeah,
us.
let's give it to them because then they will probably rest against the Raiders.
Yeah, and if anything, they'll. So yeah, wow. So they have a rough start to the season, and then they put it in cruise control.
Yeah, 12-5. The Chiefs. Do you think they can win another Super Bowl this year?
It depends what they have. If they have Rasheed Rice and what's his name there?
Brown, no,
No,
no.
you know
I
who
know,
I'm talking about, the
I know who you're talking
speedster.
about. Worthy.
Yeah, dude, if they have those two guys, didn't they draft somebody too this year?
Yes. Let me see. It'd be stupid to say they can't win it. They can't. I mean, we watched one game and we're like, oh, the Chiefs are cooked. No, they're not. They're not cooked. They just need to retool a little bit. They need that offensive line to step up.
Yeah,
But yeah,
exactly.
dude, if they can get Worthy and Rice and then that offensive line healthy, yeah, Mahomes and Spagnuolo and Andy Reid and Kelsey, they're gonna be right back where they were. Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt. They've got Elijah Mitchell now. They've still
Jalen
got Hollywood
Broyles.
Brown. So yeah, 12-5.